Or you did photo.
Hey, everybody. How you doing, Andrea?
I'm good. How are you?
Right in the moment, here we are. So
Yeah.
welcome, everybody, for Photoshop into Adobe Express with Andrea Batts-Latson and me, Andrew Kavanagh. We'll be going into Photoshop to create some wonderful art or design, and then bringing it into Adobe Express to add some cool design elements, text elements, maybe some animated text or video elements. We will see. So everyone who is joined, wanted to say welcome. Let us know where you're watching from. Don't be shy. Let us know.
Tell us. We want to know.
I'm in the Los Angeles area, and you're in Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Cold there now, right?
Maryland.
Got Dennis Dunbar from Los Angeles. Good to see you here, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
I think it's Johari. Nice name. And Jersey. Nice. Candace in Wilmington.
That's my niece. That's my niece.
Nice.
That's my baby.
We got Cheryl in Florida, Port St. Lucie, I think that's how you say it. Yeah. Jennings in Orlando. We got some Facebook users. So let me remind everyone that please give StreamYard permission to show your name and profile pics, so I'll be able to credit you when you comment or ask questions. You just need to look in the description. It's either near the top or at the bottom of the description where it says StreamYard.com/Facebook. Click that, give it permission, jump on back. Thank you.
Super easy. It takes a second.
So we got people from, Seattle.
All right.
Someone from Nigeria.
Nice.
Atlanta.
All right.
Sydney, Australia.
Ooh.
Iraq.
All right.
Someone says hello.
Hi.
New Jersey. Wow,
Jersey.
Mexico.
Nice.
Chihuahua, Mexico.
Yes.
Very international. I love it.
Me too.
So yeah, if you are watching from Facebook, do Venezuela. Nice.
Ooh.
And if you are watching from Facebook, do try to give permissions to StreamYard, StreamYard.com/Facebook. And here it is. Yes, StreamYard.com/Facebook. Click that. If you see that in the description underneath the live, it'll then show your name and profile pic. So,
takes 1 second, less than a second.
DC.
Hey, DC.
Wow, Egypt. Someone from Egypt. Wow, it really is quite international today.
Love it.
And Houston, Texas. Nice.
Houston.
Great. Very good.
Tejas.
Here we go. And we got Maria from the group.
I love her.
Good to see you here. So, yes. Okay. Well, a lot to go over, so might as well jump on in. Right, Andrea?
I agree. Yeah.
So just move this over here. And then I'm going to share my screen. So you can see that, right? The astronaut.
I do see it. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, starting off in Photoshop. And you can see my layers panel on the right? So just to begin, one thing that I have been jumping in a little bit more is trying to embrace the reality of artificial intelligence, AI art. See, Roy is here from Albuquerque. Thank you for being here. So this is an image that was created. I'm a big fan of u.com. So if you go to u.com, you can go there and do general search, but they also have like a chat where you can get like an AI feedback chat, kind of like a live Siri. And then you also have in u.com itself a function where you can go and create AI art. And so the AI chat they have there is like that Chat GPT, which, you could end up writing you a story or even do your homework for you.
My goodness.
It's quite intense stuff. So so this image here was created with AI art through, I believe, u.com. And I've got kind of like the astronaut theme going. So first thing is, and I can also talk about that a bit more if you need, but I have a whole set of actions I've created. So for me, instead of you can go up to File, New, and create a new document, which would open up something like this. But I also have under my actions one for Instagram. So I just click here, and I will go, just call it Spaceman.
Spaceman.
it's set to 1080 by 1080 at 300 for Instagram size. And then I obviously want to fit this background. So I'm going to just, in the layers panel, holding the shift key, just drag the word background into the middle. I hit F, so we focus just on this image. Maybe zoom in a little bit. Maybe that might be too much. And then what I tend to do is I right click and I convert the layer to a smart object. So when I resize, I don't lose any quality. So Command minus to zoom out. Holding the Option key, I grab a corner point and then just pull it down until it pretty much fits into that space.
Love it.
I think I'm going to go to Window and just open up my navigator so I can kind of zoom in a little bit in increments there. That looks good. Yep. Yeah, that'll be my background. And hit F a couple times just to get back. Command minus so you can see the full image. And then I tend to close any floating images I don't need anymore. And then I have this image of the astronaut, the spaceman. So I'll just do a simple Command J to jump the layer or create a new layer, turn off the background. And so one of my favorites, just to go over options, when you have an object like this with a solid background, it is very easy to go to the selection tools and you go to quick selection tool and you could, left bracket, make it a little bit smaller, and you could click and drag and, you just keep clicking and pulling to select your subject. But one thing I really love is if you go to the properties panel and it might look like this at first. So when you get to the quick actions area, you need to expand. And then what I do is I click on remove background. And it depends on the image, but this one, it did a very clean knockout of the background. It creates a layer mask, built-in layer mask, which is nice. So if it did make any mistakes, I could paint back areas that are missing. So it did a pretty good job. I just hit F a couple times, Command minus a little bit. And then once again, in the layers panel, holding shift, I just drag it over, hit F so I can go into this view, and then Command T on my top layer. And then holding Option, I just click to kind of resize a bit. It's kind of looking cool already, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe a little smaller, maybe have them float above. Yeah, right? Like that. There we go. And then, so I don't need him anymore. So I just close that, Command W, save. I don't need that next one. So that's just a general kind of compilation, which I like as is, but I was thinking of adding some surreal elements. So first I was considering bringing over this with these floating lights. So as you can see in the layers panel, it says background. I just hold the shift key, pull it over, and it goes in. Hit F for full screen view, Command T, and then Command 0. Did you want to say something, Andrea?
Oh no, I love
Okay.
it. I was
I didn't know if there's any comments.
No. Cool.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, just resize that. And then I'm zooming in a little bit. And then what I like to do is I like to cycle through the layer blending modes. So if you can see here on the right, and maybe I'll jump into full screen view. And then, so on the right, as long as I choose the move tool at the top, I can just hold Shift plus, and it cycles through the layer blending modes. So something like that I like already. So it's set to lighten. And then a little crazy, but I like it. And I can just move it around so it kind of fits better. And then what I tend to do is after that, there might be certain ones I don't need. So I will click the add layer mask icon at the bottom. It adds a layer mask. And then I'm hitting the X key, switch black to foreground, choose my brush. I tend to like the flow to be lower, even though I'm going to pretty much knock these out. Certain ones I don't like interfering. So I'm just going to get rid of the one above his head. And there's like one right on his leg. I don't know if I need this one. I don't know if I need both of these. Maybe make it a little bit lighter. Certain ones. I just brush them so they're kind of floating more, not as kind of demanding visual attention. Get rid of extra ones. Looks good. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
And hit the F key again and W to close that. And then I wanted to bring in strange hand. So bring your hand on the left side. That's what?
There it is. Always that element.
That's right, an element. So I convert it to smart object, Command T, just so it'll maintain quality. Holding Option, just kind of pull down and kind of resizing it. Something like that. Background image, it might, behind the hand, it might be a little bit more difficult than to just get the hand. But first, let me see if I can, while it's just a layer, I can go back up to the Properties panel, and I can see if I can remove background. Oh, it did a good job. So remove the background. Then I make sure in the Layers panel, I go to the layer on the left, not the layer mask. So it has a little frame around it. And I'm not sure if I need to, but I'm going to just hit the V key for the Move tool and then Shift plus, cycle through just to see what effect I might get. That's kind of cool, but I think I like more of the hand.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
So just move it down a little bit. And now that I see it interacting with the lights that I created, I go back to the layer mask of that. I just go back to this view. And then I will make sure I'm in the layer mask on the right, choose a brush, and then I will get rid of some of the ones that are kind of interfering with that. Interesting, huh? Abstract, strange. So I'll do a save. And let's see. Let's go desktop, Photoshop into Adobe Express, color profile, save. So I always save the layered file. And if someone tells you, you know, simple, don't worry about it, you can flatten it. Never listen to them. Always save the layered file.
Yes.
And then right in my actions is built to have a duplicate tab. So when I click on that, I can choose duplicate merge layers only, which is Adobe's way of saying flatten the duplicate. And I'll just get rid of the word copy, spaceman. So now it's its own flattened image. And if I go up to image size, you'll see that, yes, it is 1080 pixels by 1080 at 300, which is appropriate for Instagram. And then I just do, on a Mac, I do Command, Option, Shift, W. I'm not even sure what that is on a PC, but that's how I get to the export as. And in this case, I can see on the left, it's only 242 kilobytes. So I will move the quality slider to the right, 7 quality, which brings it to still only 544 kilobytes. So then I will export it back to Photoshop into Adobe Express folder. Let's see. One of the stock images I had was called Spaceman, so I just call it Spaceman New. There we go. And then I will switch over to Adobe Express. So you can see my very bright Adobe Express. They need to give us dark mode for Adobe Express. This is a little
Yes.
I'm getting beamed out here. But as you can see, we're in Adobe Express. So that's express.adobe.com. And let me also let people know here that you can get to Express at, where is it? Adobe Express. There we go. Adobe Express at adobe.com/express or express.adobe.com. Okay. And so here we are. And as you can see in the top left, there's like a plus sign. So if I click that, there's so many options you have. So create custom size graphic from one of your photos, from a template, Instagram story, post, all that. Also, all these wonderful quick actions just to let you know. So you can resize an image, remove a background, resize a video, trim a video, convert to PDF. Fantastic options, very easy, right at your fingertips. And then you can also click custom size here or go to one of these kind of like templates. So in this case, I just need a Instagram post. So I click on that and it'll give me a 1080 by 1080. And so once you're in this space, you can either just scroll through and choose like an already made template design, or in my case, I'm just going to click out and then go to photos on the left. And then once again, you can choose all these kind of suggested photos that they have for you to choose from. So featured free ones. So there's a free and a paid Adobe Express plan. And then they have such a variety. So you have seasonal, flat lays, wellness focused, beauty and fashion, people, backgrounds, animals and pets. And then if you were to hit more, there'd be many other themes you can choose from. But as you saw, I created my first image in Photoshop. So I just hit the upload photo, top left, go to desktop, Photoshop into Adobe Express. And I'm looking for Spaceman New, which is right there. And then as I go here, what happens is it doesn't seem to fit the size of the layout. But all I do is go over to the right, where you can see it says add to background. Just click that on and boom, fits perfectly. So there it is, looking pretty good. Kind of looks like the hand in the bottom left reminds me of like the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz. But whatever, just a surreal composition. And then, so you'll notice also on the left, you have like templates, text. So I could even go templates and then choose one of these. The only thing is at this point, if I were to choose a template, it would pretty much knock out my image. So I'm just going to choose text and then got all these different options here on the left. Buzzword. Kind of like the style of this. So just have to think of like an appropriate name for this or title.
Houston, we have a problem.
That's right.
That's the title.
A Spaceman.
Yes.
And then, so it's very easy. You know, once you put that text in, you just go over to, you click on it in the top right under edit text is the original text that it might be. And then you just type in whatever you want and you can add to it. And then when you click back on it again, if you hold down the Option key on a Mac, Alt on a PC, and just click and drag, you can make another copy of it. And so I can say, I like the idea of it being a show or something. So, I don't know, Fridays. So make sure you go to the edit text, select, and then when you type in Fridays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then when you go to the corner point, I can pull up and resize it. And then get rid of that. I always check in the edit text area if there's any spaces or anything. So I clean that up. Can I make it more like that? Yeah, so it fits a little bit better. And then for the sake of making it a bit more dynamic, I can click here and then I can change the line spacing if I wanted to. So maybe make it a little closer, and the letter spacing if you want to there. And then if I go here, main style, I don't see where the, Andrea, where's the option for just changing the color of that text? Is it not letting me change it because it's a specialized kind of font? Is that it?
No, you should be able to change it. And so see down there where it says shadow and outline, those are selected. So if you click on the shadow, then you can change the color.
So that'll be the shadow itself. And then
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so that's where it's different that I'm used to is if it's a solid font, solid text, you should have like color options up here. But as Andrea said, if it's a specialized font like this that has a outline and a shadow, then you have to go down to those options in the effects area. So if I go to outline here, and I say make it red. Oh, that's interesting. So I think I want more like shadow, which is a bit more solid area. Yeah. So I got that. That's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
And I think the reds and the blues. So to fit with this kind of theme, I could go back to the shadow of the top one, the Spaceman, see if I can do like a kind of a darker blue.
Ooh.
I want it to be dark so it's readable, but that's kind of nice, right?
It is.
So click to go off. Yeah, so as you can see, it's so easy. You know, you can create an image in Photoshop, save it as a JPEG, upload it into Adobe Express, add text. And then here's one of my favorite features, which is very easy to implement, is when I click outside of the design on the kind of canvas area, you also have these options for colors, animation, layout, resize. So if I go to animation, if I go to typewriter, I get this kind of effect. Pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like the way, because it's a specialized font. It not only puts, you know, in a typewriter spacing way the title, but first it's the font, then it's the outline.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And then it's as simple as going up to download. And as you can see, the default is MP4 video. So I can just say start download, and then you'll see at the bottom left here, like a progress kind of graph. It's usually pretty fast. If it takes a little time, sometimes you might have to choose download again. But there it is. So there it's downloaded my project one. And so that's a good thing to also go over. If it says my project one, if you wanted to change that, you just go up to the top left where it says my project, and then you would give it a name. So Spaceman. So then as an example, if I were to go to download again, set to MP4, and I hit start download, give it a little bit, but when it starts downloading, you'll notice that the title will be called Spaceman and not my project one. Come on, show us. Come on, there it goes. See, Spaceman 1. So that's nice. And you know, and as you can see here, if you decided you also wanted just a static image, you can save it as a PNG, JPEG, or even a PDF. And then if you click share in the top right, you can schedule it to go to social media. You can invite someone else to collaborate, work on it. You can also make a template. So if you like this kind of general layout, you can make it as a template. So next time you jump into Adobe Express, you can start from that template and add any new images and change your text. So I hope that was a fun little walkthrough of my workflow from Photoshop into Adobe Express. And bring it back over here, and then see what comments we have. Looks like just people enjoying it. So David's here. I hope great to see
David. You. He's awesome too.
Someone says the man needs lighting to look realistic. Yeah, but I wasn't really going for realistic, as you tell with the floating lights and the big hand. I mean, not really realistic.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. And then David says, this is fun. Gravity is on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone said, why not just add text in Photoshop? So the whole idea is that what I'm trying to show is that you can create like art or composite. And then if you want the ease of using text, it's just very easy to bring that image into Adobe Express and then add your text and be able to change the colors and the different effects. And then you can, you know, duplicate it very easily. And then the one thing that I have to admit, and I've been a Photoshop user for a while now, I do enjoy Adobe Express for design more because of the very fact that you have so many options like on that left side. So if I go to text, as you saw from the get-go, the minute I hit the word text, I had hundreds of templates of text that I can choose from. So I don't even have to think. Like if I'm in Photoshop, it's just me direct. I got to choose the font. I got to choose the style. I don't have to do that in Adobe Express. I can just choose from hundreds and hundreds of options in the templates that they suggest for us.
Yeah. And I was thinking he can also go from what he created, the animation, which needs to be done in Express to do this next step. But once he makes it an MP4, he can take that MP4, bring it back into Express and make it a GIF. So
that's right.
You can only, So it's super easy. You can do it in Photoshop, but you got to deal with timelines. You got to deal with, time. You got to know what you're doing versus you do it in Express and it's like a few buttons and it's done.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cool. So I hope that was fun. Just a little taste of Photoshop into Adobe Express. And it's your turn, Andrea. So
it's me. So we're we're gonna be doing pretty much. We're gonna start. Both of us are starting inside of Photoshop.
Should I show your screen? Show your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Or did you want me to say who I am? Because they already know, right?
Well, you can introduce yourself. Yeah. Feel free to introduce yourself. There we go.
No, I am. Well,
I know you're famous already, but
not at all. No, I am Andrea Batts-Latson. I'm an Adobe Express ambassador. I'm also an Adobe Insider moderator for Adobe Express, and some of my fellow moderators are in here, and they're awesome. They commented. So that's pretty much, I also teach at a community college, and I just started incorporating Adobe Express into my graphic design classes because, of course, we do the big three: Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. But now we have also incorporated Express into the curricula as well. And similar, they have the similar questions that you guys have, like, why? But then when I tell them at the end, they're always like, oh my gosh, why didn't you show us this in the beginning? I'm like, because you wouldn't have done Photoshop, you wouldn't have done Illustrator, you wouldn't have done InDesign, So right. It's kind of one of those things where, I show them the challenging stuff, and then I show them how they can really, really get into this and make it easy for them. So nice. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
All right. All right.
Share your screen.
Yes. Cool. Do you see it? Okay. So, well, before I start off in Photoshop, I will tell you, I know sometimes the libraries get stuck. So I did want to show you guys that sometimes when it happens, I'll just go directly to stock.adobe.com, and these are free. So I'm a love bug, so of course I chose Valentine's Day, and that's what I'm going to create based off of. But you can just go here and whatever you select. And did I say free?
Andrea,
see that word right there? Yeah.
You mean you're not going to create a floating astronaut with a wicked witch's hand in the
No. Let me tell you, one of the sweetest, most awesome things I love about Andrew is that there is always a surprise in everything he creates, and I always go to look for the surprises. Like before I even look at his design, I'm like, okay, wait, something's in here. There's going to be an eye that's misplaced. It looks all crazy or whatever, but I love that because it has the most beautiful work, and some element of surprise is always there. So that makes me happy. But so I'm I chose Valentine's Day. Hi, Sarah. And then I'm going to but see, it's free. So right here it has different categories. Just make sure it says free, and that means that everything you choose you can download, and you don't have to use it in just this program. These images that you select can be used wherever. So across the Adobe infrastructure, you can use them pretty much wherever. You can take them in, other programs as well. But I just want to make sure that's out. So that's where I go to grab my stuff whenever libraries. And my Photoshop libraries, for whatever reason, like I don't know if it's up yet. Yeah, sometimes yep. And now I have a spinning wheel. So sometimes it sticks, and that's fine. You know what? There's always another option. As long as there are other options, I'm good. All right. So I started with a square. This is a 12 by 12 square. And I always start off in print whenever I'm doing Photoshop. But the cool thing about Express, I can take it into Express and it's social media ready. And that is the biggest, like Express has evolved so much. But the fact that if I want something to go directly in, super easy, super quick, that is Adobe Express. All right, so I'm going to zoom in real quick. Okay, so this is my workspace. So I said Valentine's Day. I've already downloaded my images. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to grab which one's I want to grab? I'm gonna place embedded. Now this is the fun thing. I said I was only gonna grab 3 or 4 photos. However, I lie to myself all the time. I really love photos, and I love fonts, and I love
It's
colors.
so hard to just choose a couple, right?
It is. I get stuck, guys. Look at that. For real though. Seriously.
Sweet.
Look at her. She's so cute. Okay. So and what's interesting is I would okay, I'm gonna see. So these are images that I saw that I liked. I'll fling through to see which ones I'm gonna use. And what I'm looking for is to create my background in Photoshop and then go into Express and do everything else. So I think I want this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and select that. And then let's see what else I want. That's the same one. Hang on. Well, I think I want this one as well, but I would love this to be a layered file. So let's see. Definitely that one. Oh, that's the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Okay. So I'm going to bring this one in. And it's thinking. You got to give it time because, you know, the one thing I was blessed with was an incredible amount of patience, and thankfully, because programs really get, you know, kind of crazy. Okay. So I do like this one. Yeah. I just go ahead and bring it here. Yeah. And it's going to take over my screen, and that's okay. So I'm going to do this. All right. So I do like this one. And then, so now I look at my area that I have to play in, and that's really over here. So that's where my text is going to go. All right. So let me go ahead and grab another one. So the fun thing is I have these glasses, right, that I just got, which are awesome. Isn't that awesome? You go to eye doctor and you get glasses. I left them at work. That's what you saw me fiddling, looking for while I was here earlier. And I was like, can't believe I did that. So I don't have my glasses, and my computer screen is way more than 20 inches away. So, you know, we'll see what happens. It's going to be.
I can guide you too.
Yeah, guide me to where I need to go. I was sick. I was struggling. The struggle was real. Okay, so let me see.
Looks good though. Just a little bit left.
Yeah. And then something that you can do in Express as well, but you have more options in Photoshop. But I love the fact that we can. I love messing with blend modes. Those are like just my favorites. So I'll cycle through, like, you know, just different blend modes. And you guys know this one. No, you know, from Photoshop, you know, multiply and screen. So this is what it will look like, multiply. But I'm going to go through and see if, and what I'm looking for is this type of interaction that I'm having right here, which is where the background kind of just blends in, or the background photo, that top photo blends in with the bottom photo to make magic, right? So I like lighten. Let's keep going. This one, this is how it would look inside of Express with green. But I'm just going through the different blend modes. So this is one of the first things I teach my students, and that's when they're like, whoa, we can do that. I'm like, yeah, do it. And then I look like a superhero, and I wear a cape the next day. It's kind of how, you know, this is how it works.
I love how magical they are, right? I mean, you cycle through and find a really cool effect.
It's so awesome. It really, I think I'm gonna go with lighten though, because that's kind of like the first one I saw that I liked.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna go, because, you know, I gotta tilt the waters. I gotta. So I'm gonna place another one. And so there's 2 ways to bring photos in: place embedded, place link. People ask all the time, well, what's the difference? And people mess up all the time. And they do linked, and then they send this copy to somebody else, and their file looks nothing like they meant for it to look. So if you link it, that means you have to send the person the files and everything. So one thing I just say with my students is just place embedded. You can't lose with place embedded except for file size. It makes your files a lot bigger. But, you know, you know what I could. Nope, don't have time. Not going to do it. All right, so let's see. So I'm going to bring in these balloons. And this will be the last one I bring in on this side. Okay. So I could go through. I could cut this out. But why? Why, when I have blend modes, would I do that, right? Because if I go through the lighter blend modes, they're going to take that white out anyway. But first thing you must do is just like a relationship, you must commit. So I'm going to click on the check mark, or I'm going to click return. And now I can go through, and now it'll let me do different things. I'm going to choose, check that, multiply. It's going to take that white out, or, or not. Let me see what I want. It's probably going to be multiply, but I like to temp. But notice how, see how it's having a different interaction depending on what it's on top of. I love the fact that you can get like really, really cool effects because it's looking at the luminance of the items below. I'm going to go with multiply. I just thought, I'd try something different. Okay. So I'm going to put this up here, maybe. Yeah, I'm put this up here. And then what I might do, for those who have, the little OCD, not me, but for those who do, I might put a mask on here so that I can make this look like it's going behind. Because you see how the screens are going up front. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click on this little, looks like a little photo. Click here, and I'm going to choose B for the brush tool. I'm going to make sure that my defaults are white and black. Check this out. It's white and black. So if I paint with white, nothing's happening, right? So I need to make sure that over here is black. I'm going to hit X, and then I'm going to mask that out. You see how that magically disappears? All I'm doing is masking it out. And I'm using a mouse right now because I don't have my tablet set up. I got a brand new tablet. It's awesome. My end hit me up, but all right, there we go. There we go. Check that out. Okay, so I masked that out a little bit. Zoom out, and this is going to be the picture that I take inside of Express. I think it's ready. You think it's ready, Drew?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Okay, so I'm going to save this. I don't want to go to, everything is going on that side, and I don't see where you went. It must be underneath. Hang on. Let me move StreamYard. It went underneath StreamYard. I don't know why it's not going on top anymore.
Oh, yeah, the save too.
Yeah.
And did you want to save to Creative Cloud or your computer?
I'm going to save it to my computer.
Right.
I am. Because
so bottom left, click that.
Yeah. You did Creative Cloud, right?
With all no, I've saved mine to the computer as well. It's just, I know that you have to go back and change the preference if you wanted to.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to save it to my computer. And I have a spinning wheel. Oh, you do see the spinning wheel. Okay. In Zoom, you don't see it. Like Zoom does not show the wheel spinning. So I have to tell people I have a spinning wheel. And they're like, yeah, sure, you have a spinning wheel. I'm like, no, but I do. All right, now
StreamYard's better because it shows the spinning wheel.
Yeah. Go StreamYard. Let's bring everything over here. All right, so I'm going to export this out. I'll do a quick export PNG.
Great.
But I don't trust things. So I'm going to export it out both ways because sometimes I do the PNG and it gets crazy. Let me see. It's only happened a few times, but
I like that Command Option Shift W to get to export as.
Yeah.
Bit many keys, but
I'm going to save it as, I'm going to save it as 2 times the size just because I don't need to, but I want to. And I'm going to make it a JPEG. Okay. And let's see. Everything looks good. Export. I'm just going to keep it all in. Nope. I'm going to keep it all in downloads. That way everything is in the same spot. All right. Then I'll clean it up later. Clean up on aisle 5. All right. So there's an extra. There's a. Nope. It's gone. Okay. All right. So now I can go ahead and close Photoshop. Not close it. I'll minimize it. And I'm going to go back over here. And he already told you how to get to Express, which is express.adobe.com or adobe.com/express. Either way, it gets you here, and that's what you want.
I'll show that at the bottom too. So adobe.com.
Say it again. Oh, you showed it at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just showing the little. Yeah.
I'm going to close that.
Cool.
And let's see, how well does Express do today? We'll see. It's all about the cloud, and today the cloud's not It's not cooperating
Cooperating.
100%, but that's okay. I have other browsers, and guess what? I got Express in there.
So she just refreshes.
Yep. And sometimes it is wonderful, and sometimes it says, everybody has a mood, and it has mood. So what we're going to do while this one is in a mood is I'm going to switch browsers. So I'll be using the free Adobe Express, which is okay. The one I use with the students because I need to show them the stuff that they can do for free. So
you switch browsers, or you just go to a new tab in Chrome?
No, I switch. I'm completely, see, this is my teaching account right here.
Oh.
I'm in a complete, not browsers. I'm in a completely different account.
Oh,
so,
new account. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm going to go sign in with Adobe ID. You love this two-factor authentic.
Yeah, I mean, they ask for it everywhere nowadays, right?
Yeah. So let me see if it sent me.
I know it's a bit of a pain, but it does make things more secure for sure. I mean,
it does. And when you're in Do Not Disturb, it won't come through. Just so you know. I'm in Do Not Disturb so that okay. All right, send it to me.
I have to turn on silence unknown callers on my iPhone because I think daily I get 3 or 4 different spam calls about some loan they want to.
Yeah, or it's who is it lately? It's some, what is it? Like somebody, a house. Like
I want to sell you real estate or house.
So this is how you know it's the Creative Cloud account, because I ended up opening my same one, right? And see, it's doing the same thing. So it's
Micah says that he keeps calling me. Don't you want the loan?
Oh my gosh. Yes. No, you don't want the loan. Oh my goodness.
Okay. I knew it was Micah.
What is tell Micah no. No.
So Sarah asks, when working in animations, do you have to unpublish the file to change it?
When working in animation, do you have to unpublish the file to change it?
No. So I think like if you're animating text in Adobe Express, it's as simple as just clicking out of the animation kind of tab, going back to your design, and when you click on it, you can then change the text to whatever you want, and then you can go back to animate, and you can even choose different animations.
Yeah, you can do it directly from within. So I've never had to. Oh my goodness! Confirm you want to sign into Express. I do. I really do.
We're in like privacy permissions spiral.
Yes.
Okay, here we are.
Okay, here we go. We're cool. Let's just do this. All right. So I'm in the free one. I'm going to minimize all of the paid ones. So we'll see the limitations because there are some, but that's okay. It's really
here we are. Full screen looks good.
Yes, what we can do. All right. So I'm going to go and I'm going to choose Instagram. So I just said I was going to choose Instagram and then I did. But anyway, I can do it from here.
That's right.
And I'm going to choose Instagram for a post. Hit next. And we should have what we should. Yes. Okay. All right. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That's square right there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's
the layout she wants to see.
Yeah. Do you know back in, I don't know why it switched to all white, because back in the day I was working on an older browser and it used to be a gray so you could actually see the difference. Because a lot of people will get to that white screen like nothing's there. And I'm like, no, it's there. Click the center.
Yeah. Psychologically, I wish they had a color or something, right?
Yeah, it used to have one. I don't know what that, but anyway, it doesn't now. But all you got to do is click the center. You'll see that appear, and then you'll see the outline. And then all I do is I select any color because it doesn't matter. And then change it. All right. Sorry about that mishap. Let's see. We lost about 5 minutes. Okay, we're cool. All right. So I'm gonna bring in a photo. And with this program, it's all about selecting it to affect it. That's just the only way you're going to be able to. So I'm going to select the photo. There's one thing I won't be able to do that I wanted to do here, but that's okay. We'll get past it. All right, so I'm going to select the photo. And I could do any of these from Adobe Stock, which is awesome. It's just amazing. But I'm going to upload a photo because I have the photos already downloaded. So I'm gonna go into my downloads and I'm gonna grab this Valentine's. We'll do the JPEG. Didn't I do a PNG?
Yeah, I think you PNG and maybe a JPEG too.
Yeah, it wasn't showing, but that's okay. That's why I do both. All right, so now I have this, and the same with Andrew when he bought his in. You can just click on this little toggle and it'll make this full screen. Now, but I'm not sure I want to do it yet. We'll see. So I'm going to keep it here just for the second. And then I'm going to click on this background right here. And I'm going to choose a color, but I'm going to choose this red that is inside of my photo. So I'm going to go over, I clicked it. I'm going to grab this eyedropper and I'm going to go ahead and grab this red so that, and I kind of like the little outline. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this down here. All right. And so I like this with the little outline. So I think that's going to make me happy. And so another thing I want to do with this is I'm going to go ahead and grab some text.
Because you got to stay happy as happy teach.
I do. I can't be happy teach when I'm not happy. You know what I mean? That's just not. Now I love this one. See this little logo? Yeah, this is why. So this is why you, oh, that's premium.
Beauty patooties.
Yep. Can't get the premium because it's got a crown, but I love that one. That is one of my favorite fonts right now because it's just fun. It's just a little logo.
And so this is what we were saying, you know, this is what we were saying about the idea that you can't, you know, have all this at your fingertips if you're just designing in Photoshop. So the minute you bring it into Express, you got all these wonderful templates from, you know, photography images to, you know, different kinds of shapes to line assets to all different kinds of templates for text. So it's quite easy. I'm putting on my shades because it's this bright light. You know, well, I wish they had that dark mode for Express.
And that's what I was looking for, because this light right here that I have to have, because if I don't, you won't see me. You just won't. So I need to have the light on, but it bothers me because it's so bright. So, but that's okay. Yeah. So I'm going to, I chose this one. And I'm going to decide on, I think I want it kind of like right here. So this is the text that I want to use. I'm going to double click on it. Okay, I got 10 minutes. All right. So I'm going to double click on it. You got to select it to affect it. It came inside of a group, but if you click inside of that group, like at this moment, because I have it clicked, I can actually click other areas inside of that group. You first have to double click inside of it to activate it. But then after that, you can just click and go anywhere in the group. So right here, I'm going to say happy Valentine Day.
Sarah says, I thought Andrew was going to start singing, I guess, because of the shades.
Yeah. Yes. I wear my sunglasses at night. Okay. So now I'm going to, and it's so fun. They're like, oh my gosh, they say I'm the singing teacher. I said, yeah, but I can't sing. I can do one line, and that's it. If you take me beyond that one line, it's gone. You'll be like, oh Lord, please. I was joking. You know, that's what will happen. All right, so I'm gonna move this down so I can move it out, and then let's see. I'm gonna say happy. There we go. Why not play with that? I'm gonna play with my name. I'm going to say happy teach presents.
You might have to change it from Happy Valentine's Day to Happy HAPPIE.
So, oh, you know what? It's going to be a story. You just started something. Happy Teach presents a what do I want to say? Wondrous Valentine's event. Let's see how this works. Happy Teach presents a Wondrous Valentine's event. And then down here, and you can delete if you don't want anything that in here, but a Wondrous Valentine.
You just click on it and delete, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what I want to write down here. A Wondrous Valentine event for all. Okay. Sometimes gotta think how I want to write this. Okay. So a Wondrous Valentine event for all. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And I'm going to bring this inside of here. And then I'm going to make this a bit smaller so that it fits.
Nice.
Happy Teach presents a Wondrous Valentine's event.
Might have to switch that to white text to make it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Or
I'm
pink,
trying to get
maybe pink text.
Maybe. Well, or if it goes the way I'm thinking, we'll see. Hang on, let me see.
Surprise me.
Yeah, let's see. Can I do it? Let's see.
I'll find a shape.
Yeah, let me see. If they have one big enough. If not, I'll have to make two. Sorry. I want the wider one. Yeah. Okay. This might work. Because I wanted the heart to fit in those, in the black lines. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make this, select that. I'm going to select the color from here. I'm going to look for like the lightest. I love, don't you love this? You can do this in Photoshop too. How you can like just follow along, and I'm lighter though. And you can get all the pixels. They're right next to each other. You got to get that pixel just right. Let's see. That's a white one. You just
clicked on the color, and then you just move your cursor to the image, and then you can choose any color to switch it to, correct?
Yeah. Just like in Photoshop.
Nice.
I just want a pale pink. Let's see. All right. So now what I'm going to do, so different than on your phone, I honestly like the way the layers work in this than I do in the mobile app. I can actually I can either move this to the back up here. That's what this is. This is your layer order. Or this little space down here on the right, I can click it. It'll expand it. And then I can manually move this down if I want.
Nice.
Kind of cool. All right.
Yeah, that's nice and readable now, right?
Yeah. And then I'm just going to make those lines out there, that pink color. And then I'm going to also play with, now I can play with blend modes with this, but I only have 2. So if I play with multiply, that's what happens. And if I play with screen, nothing's really going to happen, except for it does make it to where you can see through the bottom. So that might work. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep that, but I'm also going to change the opacity a little bit just to bring that out like that.
Makes it more dynamic, right?
Yes, I want the dynamics. And then I'm going to select this one. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to make that one that pink. And I'm going to select this one and make that one that pink just so we can see it a little bit. Or I might decide that we don't need it. That's a statement too, because we can't really see it on the right side, And if I do make that decision that I don't want it, where you at? I got to find you. Okay, so I deleted that one. Let me see. Okay, because, I didn't need it. And now what I want to do is I want to put a little white behind it just so that there is never any.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe make that text instead of black, maybe make it red too or something.
Maybe. I think I'd want to go more with, it's got a lot of red. Maybe a darker red.
It'll saturate the red. With
maybe a darker red though. Maybe. So, let's see. Let me click here, and maybe down here. That's like a wine. See that?
Let's see.
That didn't change a lot. Let's grab.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Though, right?
Yeah. I like that one. Yeah.
It's classy looking. Nice.
It is classy. It's so classy.
Now I'm in the mood for chocolate. Every time I think of Valentine's, I think.
Oh my gosh! Yes. It's funny. Okay, so I have a teacher that's a wondrous Valentine for all. Okay, so I got my text in here, and now I might think of possibly just
maybe hearts, floating hearts, or something, right?
Ooh, floating hearts, yeah. I just want to see what they had for Valentine's, but
that's kind of surprising that they don't have more though for that.
Overkill. Yeah, but it's new, so it's not like
Maybe next week they'll have like
hundreds. That's how it works. Like you go to sleep and you wake up and Express is putting a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like,
That's right.
whoa, I didn't know. Maria will be like, Maria will post something. Did you know? And I'm like, no, I had no idea that was there. What? Or something like that. So, but let's see. Nope, nothing else I want to do over there because I'm in the premium. So, I mean, I'm not in premium, so I can't.
What about shapes? Can you find some hearts or something?
I could, but I feel like there's so many. What I would want to do, actually, if I transferred to my app, I would put the moving hearts in the stickers, but you can only get from the mobile app. I'm gonna play with animation. First, I'm gonna check out the photo animation because it does some really, really cool stuff sometimes.
That's nice.
Yeah, I like that. I think I like the zoom.
Slide
this is a cool one too, though. Watch this. It'll go from gray into the color. So I do like that one. And then we have the color one, which is going to cycle through different colors and blur. Well, heck, I'll ask y'all, which one do y'all like better? Which effect?
I like the zoom or the pan.
You like zoom or pan? Anybody else?
Yeah, I don't like. I like the gray one, but not for this because it's so kind of nice and red that
it's beautiful red.
Sarah says blur. She likes the blur effect.
I do like that blur, and it blurs in. It's kind of cool. All right, let's see. If we get 2 for 1, that's what we'll go for. Because right now it's between the blur and the zoom or pan.
Okay, people, let us know in comments. Do you like blur, zoom?
I like zoom is my favorite.
Let us know. Time to vote.
Vote time. Vote time. Did you vote? Tell me yes.
And then Sarah asks, is there a way to use both text and photo animation?
So I want to say no, but there is. But you have
but she doesn't want to use it for this design, right?
Yeah. Well, it's also a process. It's not like you can just say, oh, I want to do both. You kind of, one of the ways people, we get away with it is we mobile app and put the motion animation in and then bring it into Express, and you can put the text animation in. Another one is to export it, I think export it out, bring it in as a GIF. I don't think that'll work though. I don't know. Nice. I have to play with it. Now Maria's in here. She might know if you can. I've not tried that because it's not a.
I think you can.
Clear-cut program.
Like it's not. You go up to text animation and you do that now. It just might be too busy because you got like the background image coming in, and then if the text is moving around, it might be like too much.
Well, let's see. Unless it changed, when I pick the text animation, it takes away the photo animation. It doesn't do them both.
It's one or the other, right?
Yeah. But that it would be nice. I think maybe it's in the works. I don't know. I can't tell you because I have no idea. But hopefully,
always innovating.
Yeah. And then another thing too, if you decide that you want to, what I also love about this is this multi-page feature. This is cool. So watch this. So I'm going to click on this plus, which is to add a page, but I can either add a page and it'll add another page that tells me I can change the size, or I can click on this duplicate page and it's going to take me into, see how it has the 2? It's taking me into another one. So if I wanted this one to be for a different size, so let's say this one I want to be an Instagram story. Oh, that's right. Oh, it's premium. Okay, but anyway, if I wanted this to be an Instagram story, you could go in and you could change the size for that. But I'm in the free one, so I'm a little bit limited. So I need to see how it says premium. So resize this premium feature, but you can do that. All of you who have the paid one, but let's just say I wanted to do what Drew said, which is I want to change the animation. So for this one, I want to have a different animation. I want it to be which type? Dynamic, maybe?
And Sarah says, is this like the images you see on LinkedIn? Probably, yeah. Some people designing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
For LinkedIn,
yeah. Because a lot of it a lot of people on LinkedIn, not all, because there are a lot who are using different ones, but they're using a lot of different photos, stock sites, and Adobe Stock is where all these images come from.
I think what you did originally is better though, just having the background zoom or blur where this text's too busy for this nice design,
Yeah, no, it is. All of these are too busy. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah. But I did want to show you that if you had two, so right now I didn't lose the other one. I still have it. So I can go back to one and you'll see that it's still there. So these are just two different. So the multi-page. So this feature is awesome. Love it. Definitely play with it. But let's say I'm ready. So I'm going to go and I'm going to click on download. Now, a few things. If you're doing social media, you could go to scheduler. That's another time that we'll go over that. But you can go to scheduler. You can schedule it and tell it when to send it. Now, I'm in the free account, though. So I think you only get two on the free account. And then you'll have to go to premium if you want to keep using it. All right. But here's what's cool. Very important to pay attention to. I can say, oh, I just want to export this page, or I can say all pages. I like to do it a page at a time, because if you do all pages, it's going to zip it, which isn't a big deal unless you're in a hurry. So I'm just going to say this page, and then I'm going to export this as an MP4. And then, but I have options. I got PDF, which is a very nice option, especially if you're putting your things into Acrobat or other programs. That's a good option as well. Or if you want to print it, blow it up, make it larger, all that fun stuff. But I'm going to do MP4 because I want to show you something real quick, how easy that was, right? And now I didn't save it. And this is one of the lessons I love. It's not showing up yet. Okay, it's not ready yet. So I didn't save it. Drew showed this where it's going to come up and it's just going to say my project. It's still saving. But if I want to make it something personal, I can say
Valentine's. Yep. Right. So there it is. My project 1.
Yeah.
She's changed it. If she saves again.
Yep.
Download.
And now, but do you see how fast it's saving it? It's pretty fast. It's a little delay, I'm sure,
nice.
but it's a pretty fast save. But while it's, no, I don't think I can. I was gonna say while it's doing that, I can go back out. But I think if I do that, it resets. I remember that it does. So
and one thing I wanted to stress with this is when you create like these type of MP4 animations, I believe these are the ones that you can upload to like Facebook as a reel or YouTube as a short.
Yep.
And you can create something nice like this, and then when you upload as a reel on Facebook, you can choose the audio option and add like some nice music to it as well.
Yeah, and I uploaded to YouTube, and it I'll show you my Lord Christmas one. Oops, I forgot I'm not on my account, my normal account. You want to hear something funny? Andrew always has to tell me what my Facebook name is. I mean, my YouTube
channel.
Huh?
You could search to get to your channel, right? Happy Teach.
Is it Happy Teach Says? That would bring it up. No.
There's us there. What is Adobe Creative Cloud Express? That wasn't one we did in the past.
Oh.
Fourth one down. Yeah. See us? Yeah. Fourth one down.
Yeah. It is. So this was a short that I did that way through, and you just upload it to YouTube. So you can do that. But here's what I want to show you. So I'm going to go back to home, and then these quick actions, they're so amazing because they're so easy. So the one we want is image, right? That's all we did. That was step 1. Not hard. But what we want to do is we want video. And the one that we want is convert to GIF. Click on that. And I promise you, all you do is browse for that file, or you can drag and drop right here, the MP4. I'm going to select that. And it's so fast that, right? So I'm going to click here and I'm going to choose whatever size I want. And that's it. You hit download and it's going to download that. You saw all the frames that it made for it. It's processing right now, but that's how fast and how easy it is to turn this into a GIF, which is crazy. So crazy. And crazy easy. So
my only critique about that is sometimes it converts it to a GIF that's a bit smaller. So if it could remain the same exact size would be great.
Now I've put it in like small. So when you are you talking about smaller when you put it into like Photoshop or something, or?
No. Like if you download the MP4 and then you bring it back into Adobe Express to save
Oh,
the GIF,
yeah.
it tends to resize it and make it smaller than the original. So if it was 1080 by 1080, it might make it like 720 by 720 or something.
That's true. That is, yeah. I remember, but typically I bring it in directly into like Instagram or something like that, and it's fine. Because Instagram does its thing.
Looks fine, yeah.
But I'm gonna grab this and I'm going to show it in the browser, and there's the GIF, and they just and it'll loop over and over again, which is pretty cool. So
yeah, like I said, you can upload that to as a reel for Facebook and add your own audio.
Yeah, I did that this entire Christmas sweater season.
Nice.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, you're pretty busy with that, right?
I did. It was 30. What was this year? 37 days. 37 days of a different Christmas
More
sweater,
days in a month.
A different reel, a different. Yeah, well, because I go from Black Friday all the way to New Year's Day. So yeah,
nice.
It was crazy, but that's how crazy easy it is to work in both programs. So
yeah, so Mika says, Andrea, this is spectacular. Love the text treatment. Stunning. And then Sarah says, pretty smooth.
That's a heart for you.
And Mika says, love that. Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. You guys rock.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming, and thank you so much, Andrea. It's a lot of fun. So let's share some of the links for all this. So first is just wanted to give a shout out to StreamYard, who makes this all possible for me to stream multi-stream. So want an easy but professional way to do live streaming. You can get a $10 credit or a free month for your live streaming with the link if you do that. But in general, just want to give a shout out to StreamYard. And then to access Adobe Express, you go to adobe.com/express or express.adobe.com. To see more of these Adobe-focused live events, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/digitalartdrew. And if you go there and check it out, you will find that there's a whole section for live events. Please go back and watch to your heart's content. You'll see that there's various ones I've done with Andrea as well, and my friend John Williams, as well as various people in the Photoshop and Lightroom industry, from Jesus Ramirez from the Photoshop Training Channel to Colin Smith from Photoshop Cafe, etc. Do check him out. And you can find, as I said, you can subscribe and find me at YouTube at youtube.com/digitalartdrew, and on behance.net at drewcav, and Instagram at digitalartistdrew. And there we go. So then for Andrea, you can find her on Instagram at happy97. That's the best one for you for Instagram now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And then on LinkedIn, also happy97. And then YouTube is happy teach to you for fun, right?
Yep.
Excellent. So yeah, do check us out. And also, yeah, so I just youtube.com was happy teach to you for fun, which I just showed. Yep. Excellent. And then we got some comments. Sarah says, Andrew, let us know. I'm not sure about what. Let us know about what? The weather? Thank you for those tips. But yeah. And I do believe that I will be helping Sarah from the Tampa Bay Adobe User Group host a live event with Andrea presenting as well. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yep. So it will be great. So, yes, thanks everyone for attending, watching this. And please do not be shy about checking out more on my Digital Art Drew YouTube channel. And as I said, yay, says Sarah. And yeah, do keep an eye out in the future for the event page for the live event with Andrea doing Adobe Express with me hosting, as well as Sarah from the Tampa Bay Adobe User Group. Great. And Jennings says another one in the books. All right. Thanks everyone for attending.
Thank
And,
you.
have a wonderful weekend. See you in the Facebook. Oh yeah, let me give a little shout out to the Facebook group real quick.
Yes.
So, do consider joining the Photoshop and Lightroom group. I think it just passed 327,000 members. So keeps growing. And check out the Digital Art and AI Art group, which is also facebook.com/groups, the Digital Art group. A lot of great groups. So thanks, everybody. Sarah says, see you guys soon. Carissa says, have a great weekend. Good to see you here, Carissa. Yeah. So thanks, everyone, for attending. And keep your eye, if you're in the groups, keep your eye out for the top featured post for any of the live events, as well as any special news contests coming up. And also keep an eye on the new videos on my YouTube channel. Thanks, everybody.